Hello, I'm Chloe Singer-Johnston from Minds and Money, and today we're joined by Walter Sogness. Walter is the CEO of Loke Marine Minerals. Thank you so much for being with us today, Walter.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
So many people don't believe that deep sea mining is sustainable. You obviously disagree. Can you tell us why?
Well, I think we have not proven yet that it is sustainable. So I think first, what we are saying, we need to have more knowledge about the deep sea environment and also see if we can develop technology that makes it a better alternative than today's terrestrial mining. And being an entrepreneur, I'm optimistic. So I think we will prove that it is a better alternative. But that's what we're saying. We are applying this kind of approach where we are carefully looking at seeing whether this is possible.
Interesting. And what are your ESG credentials?
Well, that is slightly difficult to say when we are not in operation yet. Mm-hmm. Because we have acquired some licenses, but we have not done any operations yet. So we are developing that. But I must say that we have this precautionary principle, which is coloring all our activities. So on the technology side, on the environmental side, we are looking at making sure that we do minimum harm on the environment and thereby understanding it and try to minimize the impact, what we're going to do, and so on. And we come from the oil and gas industry with very high standards. So it's probably a little bit too early since we are not in operation to say this, but we take that very seriously. And if we're going to succeed in this business, we need to take it very seriously.
Definitely. And can you tell us a little bit about the technology that you use or plan to use?
Yeah, so we can understand both people are skeptic about deep sea minerals and mining since it's in very deep waters, and I think that's why we need to look at the oil and gas industry to understand how this can be applied. And we are coming from the oil and gas industry, so we are basically building on the knowledge that this industry has developed over the last 50 years. The oil and gas industry, only industry that works in 5,000 meters of water depth. So basically, we are taking a vessel similar like a floating production vessel. We are using the riser technology that we are very well known in the oil and gas industry. And then we're taking a remote operated vehicle, a so-called ROV, and there comes the real thing we are developing is the collecting method. And compared to others, we are using a mechanical collector where we are minimizing the effect of the sediment, the plume effect, which has been very much in the hotspot on this. So we are seeing that on the seabed, we are only collecting the nodules and minimizing. I think we have reduced the plume effect on the collector side with 90%. This is still in the lab, and theoretically we will test it. And then on the return water, which we will transport the nodules up to the surface with approximately 80% water. And that water we will clean and make sure there's no sediment in the return. Whatever sediment that comes up to the vessel will be in the cargo. So we kind of taken action on the most critical part, which has been the plume, and we think we have solved that.
And what recent news would you like to highlight to potential investors?
Yes, well, the first news is that we acquired 2 licenses in the Clarion-Clipperton zone from Lockheed Martin. So thereby we are one of the largest license holders in the world in the Clarion-Clipperton zone, which is highly enriched on nodules with nickel, cobalt, and copper, manganese. The other one is that later this year, we will have a concept select of a technology. That means we have decided on what technology we're going to go further on to develop. We are raising capital this autumn. So that's we are just about to embark on that. So that's kind of the news we have now. And later on, we are now planning for our first cruise in the Clear-to-Clipperton Zone in 2025.
Great. And can you tell us a little bit about your management team?
Our management team consists of experienced people from the oil and gas industry. And we are a small organization now, since we have been mainly doing the business development and developing technology. So we are a slim organization with a lot of support from our investors, which also are our technical partners. So Technip FMC, who is one of our key partners, we have a lot of engineers working together with us.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And would you explain more about your key shareholders and investors?
I think it's they come from the, well, we are a Norwegian-based company until now with also investors and technology partners, but now we are also looking abroad, since we have become these license owner of these license in international waters. So our investors are kind of leading in their global leading actors in the players in their field. So Technip FMC, which I mentioned, is of the leaders of ROVs and risers, subsea technology, and the Kongsberg Group, which is also a partner and an owner with us, is a leading in AUV, autonomous underwater vehicles, which also very important technology we're using.
Definitely. So lastly, what opportunities do you see for the next 12 months, and how's your company positioned to take advantage of them?
Well, 12 months is, we have to look a little bit longer in our perspective, because as we said, the key issues for us is we have the license, we have the right to explore, we will close the knowledge gap and further develop our technology. But the key kind of a milestone for us is having approval of the ISA regulations for production. And then if that comes in place, then we will start moving towards a field investment and production, if we can see this as a sustainable alternative. So we have the resources, but we need the license to operate, and that we hope to achieve. Mm-hmm. So it's a little further, a few years further down the road before there are kind of main activities.
Mm-hmm. But really exciting potential for you guys. Well, thank you so much for your time today, Walter. It's been great to hear all of your plans, all of your news and your updates. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
So this interview is brought to you by Minds and Money. For those that would like to find out more, please head to lukemm.com. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching.
Thank you.
Resourcing tomorrow, accelerating the energy transition. 100 plus countries represented. And together with government representatives, mining and energy professionals, ESG experts, financial and professional services, industry associations, investors, and consultants, Resourcing Tomorrow will address critical mineral supply, the energy transition, environmental resilience, the circular economy, ESG, our future workforce, AI automation and machine learning, digitalization, mineral processing and plant optimization, exploration and development projects. Have your say in the future of our industry. Join us for Resourcing Tomorrow from 28 to 30 November 2023. Register today